Hello guys, my name is Shubham Kirmi. So today's our Viva topic is the exception handling in Java. So let's see what is the exception handling in Java. So and why we need it. So the exception handling is the one of the powerful mechanism which is used to handle the runtime errors. So what is the runtime error? That is the system input and output errors, system input output errors, SQL errors, and the Java input output errors, index out of bounds exceptions errors. Such as errors are called as runtime errors. So the exception handling means it is used to handle the runtime errors, so that it is used to maintain the normal flow of an application. So why we need the exception handling in Java? If we can run any applications, then the application may be stuck due to the network problem, due to the poor connectivity, and due to the memory leakages, any kind of losses were happen. So if you do the Google Pay payment, and at that time the payment will be stuck because of due to the network problem and the location connectivity issues. So at that time the flow of the program will not be maintained. That's why the payment will be stuck. But due to the exception handling, it will get back this payment to the customer as well as else the user. So that will happen because of exception handling. So there are the three types of exception handling, and there are the 5 keywords which are used to maintain the exception handling in Java. So and there is when an exception occurs within a method, it creates an object, and it will so that object is called as an exception object in Java. So let's see that there are the two types of an exception. There are two types of an exception. That is, the first one is the input and output exception, and the second one is the SQL exception. The third one is the index out of bounds exception, and fourth one is the arithmetic class not found exceptions. So in that the class not found exception contains the 4 types. That is the arithmetic exception. So what is the arithmetic exception? If you give any in data type value, and there is the 50 divided by 5. So at that time the value goes into the float, and it changes the data type. So that's why that's why this exception will be found, will be happen. The second one is the null pointer exception. If you assign the any null value in the program, and you can perform the operations, then the null pointer exceptions will happen. The third one is the runtime exceptions. When you are using an in data type, and you can call by the another data type, then the runtime exceptions will be error will be happen, will be created. And the fourth one is the index out of bound exception. If you assign a value is less than 100, and you can and it will be required, and you can call by 200, then the index out of bounds error will be happen. If the array size and array size limit is the 10 and you can call it by 20, then it will then that index then array index out of bounds exceptions will be created. So what are the advantages of an exception handling in Java? Because it maintains the control of the normal flow of an applications. That why the applications will be run smoothly and it will require less time complexity. So that is advantages of an exception handling in Java. There are the 5 types of keywords in an exception handling. The first one is the throw, the second one is the throws, the third one is the finally, the fourth one is the try, and the fifth one is the catch. So let's see that these 5 keywords one by one. The first one is the throw keyword. So what is the throw keyword? Throw keyword is used to throw the throw keyword is used to throw the program execution. The second one is the throws. The throws keyword is used to declare. The throws keyword is used to declare the exception, and only the throw keyword is used to throw an exception, and the throws keyword is used to declare an exception. It is an exception tool, and it is always used my method method signature. So the fourth one, so the third one is that the try keyword. The try keyword is used to handle the exception, which is used to catch, and it is used to in the block of code. Whereas we used to place we used to place an exception. The another one keyword is used to the catch. The catch keyword is used to handle the exception, where if we assign the exception in the try keyword, and it must be preceded by a try block, and after the catch keyword must be preceded by the finally block, and the finally block is used to handle and execute the necessary code out of the program executions. So that's all about the throws, finally, and the fourth one is